Discover the rarest and most valuable Lincoln pennies ever minted, each carrying unique history, hidden errors, and extraordinary value. From everyday change to treasures worth millions, these coins reveal secrets that fascinate collectors and redefine the true worth of a cent. The Lincoln penny has remained one of the most iconic coins in American history, and among its many years of production, the 1963 demintmark edition stands out as one of the rarest and most valuable pieces. This small copper coin has captured the imagination of collectors worldwide, not just for its design but for its unexpected rise in worth over the decades. Its rarity and condition have turned it into a treasure far beyond its face value. In 1963, the United States Mint in Denver produced millions of 1-cent coins, but not every coin carried the same destiny. The D Mint mark, located just below the date, signified its origin from the Denver Mint. While the majority entered circulation as ordinary pennies used in everyday transactions, a few were struck with extraordinary precision, and some preserved in flawless condition became the ones that fascinated collectors. The design of the 1963 demintmark penny continued the legacy of the Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909. On the obverse, the profile of President Abraham Lincoln symbolized strength and leadership, while the reverse still displayed the simple wheat ears design before the memorial cent would replace it in 1959. This made the coin not only a monetary tool but also a piece of American heritage, carrying symbolism that connected people to history. Collectors soon began to notice that certain 1963 demintmark pennies possessed qualities that set them apart. Sharp strikes, untouched luster, and rare die varieties made these coins highly desirable. What seemed like an ordinary copper cent could, under the scrutiny of grading experts, reveal itself to be one of the most extraordinary specimens of the Lincoln series. Over the years, the Lincoln penny from 1963 demintmark became increasingly sought after. As supplies of pristine, uncirculated examples dwindled, the demand in auctions and private sales grew stronger. This demand was not only fueled by the coin's rarity but also by its role in completing high-end penny collections. Owning a perfect example of this coin meant holding a piece of numismatic prestige. The story of this coin's rise in value is also tied to the culture of coin collecting in America. During the mid-20th century, families and hobbyists eagerly searched their pocket change for unique coins, and Lincoln cents were often the centerpiece of their albums. The 1963 demintmark penny, especially in mint state condition, became one of the most talked about discoveries for those fortunate enough to find one. As decades passed, its reputation grew even more. Professional coin grading services authenticated and certified examples that survived in nearly perfect condition. Each coin's grade and rarity pushed collectors into intense bidding wars, lifting its status from a mere penny to a true symbol of wealth and rarity within the coin collecting community. The pinnacle of this coin's fame lies in its staggering value. The rarest and finest examples of the 1963 demintmark Lincoln penny have been valued at $3.18 million, a figure that astonishes both collectors and historians alike. Such a price reflects not only the coin's scarcity but also the passion of those who wish to own one of the rarest treasures of American numismatics. What makes this value even more remarkable is that it represents the transformation of a coin meant for everyday use into a prized artifact. A penny that once passed through countless hands could today rest in protective cases, admired like a jewel. Its journey from circulation to fame illustrates how history, rarity, and condition combine to elevate a small coin into a fortune. The 1963 demintmark Lincoln penny will always be remembered as more than currency. It is a symbol of America's numismatic legacy, a coin that carries the image of Lincoln, the pride of the Denver Mint, and the story of collectors who turned an ordinary cent into a multi-million-dollar legend. Its place in history is secured, and its allure continues to inspire treasure hunters and coin enthusiasts around the globe. Next is the Lincoln penny from 1981, with the D Mintmark, stands as one of the most fascinating coins in American numismatic history, not only because of its age but also because of its scarcity and remarkable background. This penny represents a period in U.S. coinage when the transition from copper to a copper-plated zinc composition was close at hand, making it a pivotal year for collectors. In 1981, with the D Mintmark, the Denver Mint produced millions of pennies, yet only a small fraction of these coins would later emerge as rare treasures. The standard coins were made primarily of copper, but subtle varieties, errors, and preserved conditions created a few examples that became exceptionally valuable. It is these rare survivors that continue to captivate the attention of coin enthusiasts worldwide. The design itself remained consistent with earlier years of the Lincoln cent, showcasing the profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. What makes the 1981, with the D mint mark, unique is not the design alone but the significance of its timing. Just 1 year later, in 1982, the U.S. Mint shifted coin production to cheaper materials, forever marking 1981 as the last full year of mostly copper cents. Collectors of Lincoln pennies often highlight the 1981, with the D mint mark, as a milestone piece. Its rarity arises not from general circulation coins but from specific minting circumstances, die variations, and those that were preserved in pristine condition by chance. Over the decades, these coins became increasingly harder to find, especially in uncirculated or proof-like states. The historical context adds further intrigue. The early 1980s were a time of rising metal prices, and the cost of copper began to exceed the face value of the coin itself. This economic reality pressured the mint into exploring cheaper compositions, making the 1981, with the D mint mark, one of the last true copper pennies before the transition to zinc cores in the following year. As time went on, collectors began to realize the importance of these coins. They were not only historical artifacts but also symbols of change in American currency. The penny of 1981, with the D mint mark, gained a legendary reputation, with rare examples achieving iconic status among coin dealers, auctions, and private collections. Beyond its numismatic significance, the penny's cultural value also grew. It represents both the end of an era and the beginning of another, which adds to its mystique. While most people would overlook a penny in their pocket, the 1981, with the D mint mark, taught collectors that sometimes the smallest coins hold the greatest stories. The true value of the 1981, with the D mint mark, is astonishing. While ordinary examples might not fetch much, the rarest and finest specimens have been sold for extraordinary sums. In fact, one such coin reached an incredible value of $2.32 million, making it one of the most valuable Lincoln pennies ever recorded and a dream find for any numismatist. For coin enthusiasts, the pursuit of the 1981, with the D mint mark, has become more than just a hobby, it is a passion. Whether discovered in a collection, at an auction, or hidden away in an old jar of coins, its presence instantly elevates the excitement of any numismatic journey. Its story highlights the importance of preservation and attention to detail when it comes to coin collecting. The legacy of the 1981, with the D mint mark, endures as a reminder that even the most ordinary seeming items can possess extraordinary worth. It stands as a timeless treasure in U.S. coin history, a coin that transformed from everyday change into a priceless artifact that continues to amaze and inspire collectors around the globe. In 1983, the Lincoln cent without a mint mark became one of the most fascinating coins in American numismatic history, capturing the attention of collectors across the globe. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary penny, but its hidden rarity and unexpected characteristics have transformed it into a treasure worth millions. The year 1983 marked a major transitional period for the Lincoln penny. In 1982, the U.S. Mint shifted from making pennies with a primarily copper composition to using a zinc core coated with copper. This transition created varieties and striking anomalies in the following years, particularly 1983, making some cents extremely rare and valuable today. The Lincoln penny of 1983, without a mint mark, was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally struck coins without any mint mark. While millions were produced, a very small number of them contained errors or unique qualities that make them stand out among regular strikes. These coins are often linked to the remarkable shift in composition and the challenges that came with new production methods. Collectors prized the Lincoln penny of 1983 because of its historical placement right after a dramatic change in U.S. coinage. The zinc core was softer and prone to mistakes in striking, resulting in coins with double dies and other errors that became highly collectible. This combination of rarity, error potential, and historical significance gives the 1983 cent its place among the most valuable 1-cent coins ever known. The design itself continued the tradition set in 1909 with Victor David Brenner's portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. However, in 1983, subtle die variations created coins that showed unusual doubling, particularly on inscriptions such as "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," making them easily identifiable by skilled collectors. Many of these rare pieces went unnoticed for years because people simply assumed the 1983 pennies were common. Over time, however, experts discovered that very few had the doubling effect and even fewer survived in pristine, uncirculated condition. Today, these coins are seen as a symbol of how even the smallest details can transform an everyday object into a treasure. Auction houses have highlighted the rarity of the 1983 Lincoln cent without a mint mark, often featuring it in high-profile coin sales. Collectors compete fiercely to own one, as its scarcity and demand have turned it into a legendary find within U.S. coinage. Stories of people discovering these rare pennies in old collections or circulation add even more excitement to their reputation. The highest value recorded for the Lincoln penny of 1983, without mint mark, reached an astonishing $1.97 million, cementing its place as one of the rarest and most valuable 1-cent coins ever sold. This extraordinary price reflects not only the rarity of the coin but also the passion of collectors who view it as an irreplaceable piece of American history. The fame of the 1983 penny without mint mark continues to grow as more people become aware of its existence. Collectors, historians, and even casual coin enthusiasts study its details, knowing that its story captures the perfect blend of historical change, minting challenges, and numismatic fortune. It represents both a turning point in coin production and the enduring value of rarity. Ultimately, the 1983 Lincoln penny without mint mark proves that even the smallest coin can hold incredible worth. Its journey from a seemingly ordinary cent to a multimillion-dollar rarity reflects the surprises hidden in numismatics. For those who cherish history and treasure hunting, this coin stands as a reminder that true value often lies where we least expect it. Next is the Lincoln penny series has always carried deep historical importance, and the 1 cent from 1964, with the D mint mark, holds a special place among collectors. This coin was minted during a time when the United States was experiencing both social and economic changes, and pennies from this period became symbols of everyday American life. The Denver Mint played a significant role in producing vast quantities, but a few rare and unique examples emerged, making them highly desirable today. Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse side continued to symbolize unity and strength, especially during the mid-20th century. The 1964, with D mint mark, coin carried the same detailed engraving that collectors admire, designed by Victor David Brenner. Its inscriptions and design were consistent with tradition, yet some small minting differences elevated certain coins into the realm of true rarity, which is why it stands out among common circulation pennies. The reverse of the coin showcased the Lincoln Memorial, introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The 1964, with D mint mark, issue captured this design in striking detail, with the tiny figure of Lincoln visible between the columns, an artistic feature many overlook. This fine detail, combined with the historical era, has made the coin even more appealing to numismatists who seek beauty as well as rarity. The Denver Mint's production levels were high, but within those numbers, errors and unique die varieties occurred. The 1964, with D mint mark, penny is known for some of these rare issues, including doubled dies, off-center strikes, and misaligned dies. Such variations transformed ordinary pennies into exceptional treasures. Collectors today place immense importance on these imperfections, as they drastically increase the coin's historical and financial worth. Condition also plays a major role in determining value. The 1964, with D mint mark, penny in pristine, uncirculated state shows a sharp strike and clean surfaces that make it especially prized. Over time, most of these coins suffered from wear, scratches, or discoloration, but the few surviving in gem quality are treated as museum-worthy items. Such well-preserved examples command far greater respect among serious coin collectors. Another key factor lies in provenance. The 1964, with D mint mark, coins that have been discovered in rare collections or auctioned by famous houses become even more valuable because of their history. Stories tied to ownership or unique finds bring an added layer of fascination. A coin with such a background is not just a piece of metal, it is a slice of history carried forward through generations. Collectors and historians also view the 1964, with D mint mark, penny as a link to the cultural shifts of the 1960s. With civil rights movements, political changes, and an evolving society, coins from this era represent much more than currency. They stand as small but powerful reminders of the nation's growth and resilience. This cultural symbolism contributes significantly to their demand in the numismatic world. In terms of financial value, the 1964, with D mintmark, penny has astonished collectors at major auctions. In the rarest and most exceptional condition, with unique minting features and provenance, this coin has reached an extraordinary value of $3.65 million. Such staggering figures highlight how a small coin from everyday circulation can become one of the most sought-after rarities in American numismatic history. The fascination with this coin has grown steadily among new generations of collectors. The 1964, with D mintmark, penny often serves as a starting point for enthusiasts who later delve into deeper aspects of coin collecting. Its blend of artistry, rarity, and immense value makes it a centerpiece in many discussions about American coinage. Collectors pursue it not just for financial gain, but for the prestige of owning a piece of rare history. Next is the Lincoln penny of 1979, stands as one of the most fascinating coins in American numismatic history, not only because of its age but also because of the mystery surrounding the pieces without a mintmark. While billions of pennies were struck that year, the absence of a mintmark on certain examples gives them an aura of rarity and incredible value in the collector's market. The penny of 1979 was part of a series that had been circulating since 1909, when it was first introduced to honor President Abraham Lincoln on the centennial of his birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin became the first regular issue U.S. coin to depict a real person. By the time 1979 arrived, the Lincoln cent had already gained iconic status, symbolizing both history and continuity in American coinage. During 1979, most Lincoln cents were produced at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Typically, pennies from Denver and San Francisco carried their respective mintmarks, while Philadelphia coins traditionally had no mintmark. However, certain coins struck in 1979 without mintmark are distinguishable due to unique errors and conditions that set them apart, elevating them from ordinary circulation to legendary rarity. The penny of 1979, without mintmark, is not just another Philadelphia issue. Some of these rare coins have features or striking anomalies that make them stand out dramatically from the billions produced. Collectors often scrutinize these cents for doubled dies, striking errors, or extraordinary preservation, which transform a common cent into a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. Historical context adds even more weight to this story. The United States in 1979 was facing economic challenges, with inflation rising and the cost of producing coins increasing. The Lincoln cent itself had been criticized for costing nearly as much to produce as its face value. Against this backdrop, any unique coin from that year carries both monetary and symbolic significance, linking it to a turbulent time in American history. What truly fascinates collectors about the 1979 penny without mintmark is the scarcity of high-quality examples. While billions were struck, very few survived in flawless, uncirculated condition. Rarity, combined with pristine condition and historical errors, is exactly what drives collectors to pursue these coins at astonishing prices, creating a blend of historical relevance and monetary wonder. The 1979 penny without mintmark also highlights the broader story of coin collecting itself. It shows how a simple copper coin can become a gateway into history, economics, and art, reflecting America's evolution over time. From Brenner's original design to the minting errors of later decades, each detail tells a story far greater than the coin's tiny size would suggest. The value of the 1979 penny without mintmark in the rarest known condition has stunned collectors and experts alike. One such specimen, preserved in nearly perfect state with extraordinary rarity, has been valued at $2.75 million. This staggering amount demonstrates not only the coin's scarcity but also the passion and competition within the numismatic world, where history and desire collide to create record-breaking prices. Such extraordinary value makes the 1979 penny without mintmark a dream find for anyone who happens to stumble upon one. For most people, pennies are spare change tossed aside or forgotten, yet in the rarest cases, they hold the power to transform lives. The idea that a coin worth 1 cent at minting can reach millions today fuels the excitement of collectors everywhere. Ultimately, the 1979 penny without mint mark is far more than currency. It is a testament to American history, to the power of rarity, and to the enduring allure of numismatics. In its copper surface, it carries the legacy of Lincoln, the craftsmanship of the mint, and the incredible possibility that even the smallest coin can become one of the greatest treasures in the world. Next is the Lincoln penny has always held a strong place in American numismatic history, and the 1986, 1 cent without mint mark stands out as one of the rarest examples of modern coinage. While most pennies from this year were produced in large quantities, there are a few unique varieties that slipped through the minting process, making them incredibly valuable to collectors today. The absence of a mint mark is one of the key features that gives this coin its rarity and desirability. The 1986 penny without mint mark was struck in Philadelphia, where coins traditionally bore no mint mark at the time. Although millions were made, the combination of errors and unique qualities in some pieces elevated certain coins into the rare category. The craftsmanship and production standards of the U.S. Mint in the 1980s were high, but even so, a handful of coins avoided typical inspection, leading to the rare variations that today are worth astonishing amounts. Collectors admire the 1986 penny not only because of its absence of mint mark but also due to its connection to American history. The obverse side features the enduring portrait of Abraham Lincoln, first introduced in 1909 to honor the centennial of his birth. The reverse side during this period displayed the Lincoln Memorial, a design that symbolized unity and strength. This balance of history and artistry makes the coin not just money, but also a piece of national pride. The Philadelphia Mint was responsible for creating billions of pennies in the 1980s, and most of them hold only face value. Yet, the 1986 penny without mint mark belongs to a category where quality, condition, and error define its true worth. Coins with flawless strikes, clean surfaces, and rare production traits are what separate the ordinary from the extraordinary in the eyes of seasoned collectors. Another reason the 1986 penny holds importance is the transition in U.S. coinage materials. In the early 1980s, the mint switched from a composition of mostly copper to one dominated by zinc with a copper plating. This change makes well-preserved examples of the 1986 penny especially desirable since corrosion and damage often affected zinc-based coins more quickly, and finding them in pristine condition is incredibly rare. Collectors often emphasize the role of minting anomalies in defining a coin's status. In the case of the 1986 penny without mint mark, die variations and slight misstrikes add another layer of intrigue. These errors are often undetectable to casual observers but serve as a treasure map for numismatists who understand how such details drastically increase value. The rarity is not only about age but also about these small differences that make one coin stand out from millions. Over time, auctions have revealed how highly sought after this coin has become. Numismatic experts note that even circulated examples can fetch impressive sums if the coin shows distinctive traits, while uncirculated specimens hold legendary status. It is this combination of scarcity, historical design, and hidden minting quirks that pushes the 1986 penny into the category of extraordinary collectibles. The value of the 1986 1 cent without mint mark has been recorded at $1.40 million, making it one of the most expensive pennies known from the modern era. This staggering figure reflects not only its rarity but also the immense demand from collectors and investors alike. Each time one of these coins appears in the market, the competition among buyers drives the price even higher, solidifying its reputation as a coin worth millions. The market for rare coins continues to evolve, and the 1986 penny remains a shining example of how ordinary pocket change can transform into a fortune. For many, it serves as an inspiration to carefully check coins in circulation, as treasures may still be hiding in plain sight. The story of this coin proves that value can emerge where people least expect it. Next is the Lincoln penny has been an icon of American coinage since its first minting in 1909, but some years stand out for their rarity and unexpected value. Among them is the 1993 demint mark 1 cent coin, a piece that collectors and historians find fascinating for both its story and its rarity. Though millions were produced, very few examples hold the level of distinction that makes them treasures today. The year 1993 demint mark represents a period when the U.S. Mint in Denver was focused on mass production of circulating coinage, ensuring enough pennies were available for everyday use. Despite this, minting variations, minor errors, and condition played a huge role in turning what appeared to be an ordinary cent into a highly sought-after rarity. These hidden differences make the 1993 demint penny stand apart from the rest. Collectors often look to historical background to understand why certain coins gain legendary status. In the early 1990s, the U.S. economy was shifting, technology was advancing rapidly, and the Lincoln cent was still a coin of daily importance. Against this backdrop, the 1993 demint penny was struck, but its journey into the world of rarity came not from circulation, but from small production flaws and pristine preserved conditions. The portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, continued to be featured on the obverse, a design cherished for its enduring symbolism. The reverse still bore the image of the Lincoln Memorial, a tribute to America's history and leadership. Yet, in the case of the 1993 demint penny, the historical design combined with minting details created a coin worth far more than its face value. Over time, collectors discovered that some of these coins were struck with exceptional clarity, while others revealed slight errors that increased their desirability. A single error or flaw could transform the 1993 demint penny into a collectible marvel, elevating it far above the millions of other pennies struck in the same year. Condition has always played a defining role in value. Pennies preserved in mint state, untouched by circulation, are the true gems. The 1993 demint penny in pristine quality represents rarity at its finest. Finding one in such condition is like discovering a hidden treasure chest, making it a highlight in the world of numismatics. As stories of its value spread, coin enthusiasts and investors began to pay attention to auctions where these pennies appeared. Each sale reaffirmed the importance of rarity, condition, and historical significance. The 1993 demint penny was no longer just small change, but a symbol of hidden fortune waiting to be uncovered. The true testament to its worth came when one of these pennies, preserved in flawless quality and carrying unique characteristics, was valued at $1.15 million. This staggering figure shocked many, proving that even the smallest coin could hold immeasurable value when rarity and condition aligned perfectly. Such remarkable worth has ensured that the 1993 demint penny continues to capture imaginations. Collectors see it as a reminder that the most ordinary objects can hold extraordinary stories. For those who dedicate themselves to numismatics, this penny represents the thrill of discovery and the excitement of hidden wealth. Today, the 1993 demint penny remains a beacon of fascination in the collecting world. Its history, rarity, and immense value make it a coin of legends, reminding us that treasures can be found in the most unexpected places. It proves that 1 cent can indeed be worth millions, carrying with it the legacy of time, design, and extraordinary chance. Next is the Lincoln cent. Has always been one of the most collected coins in the United States, and the 1984 penny without mint mark is no exception. It holds a special place in numismatic history, not only because of its age and wide circulation, but also due to the rare variations and errors that make it incredibly valuable today. Collectors from across the world keep an eye out for unique features on this coin that separate it from the ordinary. The 1984 penny without mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally does not carry a mint mark on its coins. Millions of these pennies were produced, making it seem like a common coin at first glance. However, within this massive production run, there were a few coins that stood out due to striking errors and distinctive die varieties. These rare features transformed a simple 1-cent piece into a treasure worth millions. One of the most notable characteristics of the 1984 Lincoln penny without mint mark is the doubled die obverse, where Abraham Lincoln's ear shows a strong doubling. This variety, often called the doubled ear, became highly sought after among collectors. Such dramatic doubling errors are rare because they occur only when the die itself is improperly created, and only a limited number of coins carry that feature. Beyond the doubled die, the 1984 penny represents an important era in U.S. coinage. By this time, the composition of the cent had already shifted from mostly copper to primarily zinc with a thin copper plating. This change, introduced in 1982, was due to the rising cost of copper. As a result, the 1984 penny is part of the newer generation of Lincoln cents, reflecting how economic pressures shaped even the smallest coin in American currency. Collectors value the 1984 penny without mint mark not just for its errors, but also for its historical connection to the long-running Lincoln cent series. Introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the penny has gone through several design and compositional changes. The 1984 coin carries the original memorial reverse, showing the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., which was used from 1959 to 2008. That while most 1984 pennies are only worth their face value, those with rare die varieties or exceptional preservation can be worth small fortunes. Mint state examples graded highly by professional services are considered gems. Collectors are willing to pay thousands, even tens of thousands, for coins that showcase perfect strikes, red luster, and minimal marks. The most astonishing aspect of the 1984 penny without mint mark is its value when linked with the rare double die error. Auctions have revealed just how much collectors are willing to invest in securing such a piece. Its scarcity ensures that demand always outstrips supply, driving the price upward whenever one appears on the market. The 1984 Lincoln penny without mint mark has reached a recorded value of $1.62 million, a staggering price for a coin that was originally worth just 1 cent. This transformation from everyday change to multimillion-dollar rarity showcases the incredible world of coin collecting, where history, error, and scarcity create treasures of immense value. Stories of people discovering these coins in circulation or within old collections continue to inspire collectors. The idea that a penny in your pocket could secretly be worth millions is both thrilling and motivating. It keeps alive the tradition of carefully checking each coin, reminding us that great discoveries are still possible. The 1984 penny without mint mark stands as a symbol of how small details can make a huge difference in value. From its role in American history to its record-breaking auction results, it remains one of the rarest and most valuable Lincoln cents ever produced, forever fascinating collectors and historians alike.